dear lady, you who live in such a tumultuous epoch, do you not thirst for the drama and emotion of a properly structured tragic play?
Of course you don't. You want to escape your troubles. You want to be made merry. You want to be amused.
It is no good. We shall never agree.
Ah, if only we could get our hands on Morley's lost play. It would solve all our problems.
Yes, it is said to bring together the opposites of tragedy and comedy in an exquisite marriage of forms.
But perhaps you can find it.
Yes, we beg you. The theatre, the muses, the very heart and soul of this town will thank you. Splendid, splendid! You should know we did commission an elderly detective to search the library for clues as to the play's whereabouts, but he never returned.
The man's name is Ransom Locke, and he's rather closer to senility than one would like, truth be told.
If you come across this gentleman, he may be able to aid you. I believe he is looking for the collected works of the playwright Philip Morley, as we speak.
One can only hope they were not burned when the king closed down the academy and its library.
Turn back now, mortal one. Stay away from this accursed place. Only death and insanity await you. Thou seekest forbidden knowledge, but shall find naught but damnation. Don't pick it up! No, really, I'm serious. You lot just can't leave well enough alone, can you? Bloody literary tourists, bane of my afterlife. Listen, you're not getting my lost play, you hear? It's rubbish. Worse than rubbish. I mean, what was I thinking mixing tragedy and comedy? I must have been off my rocker.
It would seem, my dear madam, you have been apprehended by the ghost of Philip Morley. That makes us both his captives. I am Ransom Locke. If the name seems familiar, it is because I was once a detective of some renown. And yet, here I am, ready to live out the rest of my days, trapped in a book. As far as I can deduce, we are currently in a scene from one of Morley's greatest romantic plays, the near tragedy of Oliver and Ethel. I believe if we are to escape, we must act out the scene. But performing is not one of my talents. If I am correct, putting on this costume should set things in motion.
Oh, Ethel, my love, my life, my son. If thou wouldst but give me one sign, one gesture that would speak of your affections, then might I think this grey existence worth living.
Ah, yes, a classic moment in the play. You are Ethel, the beautiful young daughter of a dung merchant. Show Oliver that you love him, and we may be able to leave this scene.
Dead?
Oh, woe! What cruel darts doth strike my intemperate soul! If this rejection be true, then I shall reject the world itself. This deadly brew shall make of me a feast for the worms, and it shall touch my lips if you do not admit your undying love. Please!
His insistence doesn't surprise me. As it was written, Ethel did indeed profess her love, and the two lived happily ever after.
Shove it, fatty.
Stop! Thou hast driven a dagger into my breast and ended all hope of happiness. Thusly, I must end my life. Hark! A shadow approaches. Take me! And so I die.
Well, it's an unorthodox reading of the text, but one cannot argue with the results.
I see you are gifted with remarkable literary cunning, but can you really comprehend the depths of my work? That we shall see.
Ah, yes. This is undoubtedly a scene from one of Morley's earlier, funnier plays, Bloodbath at the Royal Court. And this must be your costume. The role of the fool is one filled with tragic depth. It will require a masterful performance.
What fresh insolence is this? Out of my throne, you impertinent buffoon! Stand before your king, and do your jester's duty. 'Tis a troublesome time for this court, and my crown grows heavy. So make me laugh, or I shall have your head.
You look so cute in that crown.
Why, Jester, I had no idea you felt that way about me. Or is this another one of your japes?
Ah! Oh!
So it's true! You do love me! You have no idea how difficult it's been watching you strut about in those magnificent feathers, how much I've wanted you. Then it is settled. Tomorrow we shall wed, and let anyone who frowns upon our union have his head cut off.
Well, it's certainly a radical interpretation of the text, but effective nonetheless.
You handle my royal dramas as well as you handle my romances. But will your versatility extend to the more subtle domains of theatre, I wonder?
Oh dear. Unless I'm mistaken, this is a scene from Morley's notoriously violent historical epic, Titus the Mutilator, Part 2, which would mean this is the gladiatorial arena from Act 5, where Titus is finally slaughtered by savage warriors seeking revenge. A favorite scene of mine as a child, I must admit. And here is Titus's famous costume. I had some pajamas that looked just like it. Put it on and you will take on the greatest role of your life.
Titus, thy pox-membered body shall pay for thy monstrous villainy. My son lies dead because of you. Now shall revenge be mine, cold as your corpse and all the more flavoursome for it.
Do try to make your demise convincing.
A I'm gonna rip out your innards and... well, I'll rip them out anyway. Don't worry, mate. We all get knocked to the ground every now and again. I gave the hellhounds a bloody nose! How did you kill him so quickly? I'm gonna kill you, Ed. What a magnificent strike! You can't beat me! You're just a girl! More of my kin lie slain, and yet you live! You have breathed your last sulphur-scented breath, Titus! We've never lost a fight. Did you know that? Look out! Find some cover! All my men dead, my vengeance denied, my world undone. I cannot stand to live 1 second more.
A tremendous performance. That's just the ending I wanted to see when I was a young boy attending the theatre every weekend. I wonder what scene will follow now.
Oh, what scene could possibly follow such a masterful rendition of my work? And the way you improvised some of those roles, you brought new life to my words. I stand in awe. You have earned the prize no mortal has ever been honored with before. My missing play. I entrust it to you, for I know that you will do it justice. I call it the Ham Sandwich. A metaphorical title, of course.
Ah, you have retrieved our aged investigator. Happy day! Have you, perchance, found...
This is no time for perchances, Lambert. The play. Do you have it? We're saved, Lambert.
Oh, the joy in my bosom knows no bounds! Thank you 1,000,000 times! Thank you!
His head bosom. It's already working. Comedy and tragedy will at last join hands.
Hark! Bear witness to the tragic futility that is man. Oh, how it doth sear my senses to see paradise and yet to be barred.
That reminds me of a great joke. A guard, a monk, and a chicken walk into a bar. Unfortunately, the bartender had had a mild heart attack that morning, so none of them get served.
And yet what purpose doth heartache serve when the infinite dark blanket that is death falls softly upon our still beating corpse?
That reminds me of another one. A corpse walks into a bar and says, "Can I have a lemonade?" "Certainly," replies the bartender. "I've never seen a stiff drink."
And so endeth our happy, sad play, which reminds us we are made of nothing but clay. There's time only for our fool to say...
Great big giant bosoms!
What the hell was that?
Biggest load of old tosh I ever saw. It didn't even make sense.
Worst play ever.
Well done. You have gathered quite an impressive following in Brightwall. This should be more than enough to convince this little hamlet to send
So,
aid to the dwellers.
what shall you do now,
I believe
Mr.
Samuel
Locke?
awaits
Any
you at the
more
town gates to
mysteries on the
express that
horizon?
very sentiment.
I rather think not. My power...
My brother was killed by a hob. If you see
We're
any
having a
hobs,
special on
thank
that
them
today.
from me.
My goods are the cheapest. Really they are. There you go.
Ah, hello. You have several new suits. Those will make dressing easy. Those shorts would be right at home in a mercenary encampment. You know, the sort of place you might visit or massacre. This room really is rather nicely appointed as far as wardrobes in quasi-magical hero sanctuaries go. Definitely better than it was. Reconsider, have you? Very well. Yes. Any other business to attend to? You have gained several trophies since you were in last. Most impressive. Apparently, this wall records your achievements. I'm still trying to work out the specifics. The lectern contains a record of all your recent transactions.
You're rather pretty.
Get out of my face.
What are you looking for? If you love gnomes, you'll love Brian and Brightwall. He's got loads. We should have just what you need. Adorn your cheeks with a beard.
You never know when some critter will come out of...
Esteemed citizens of Brightwall, today we demonstrate the generous nature of our fair town. For too long have our mountain neighbors suffered in silence, and now we extend a helping hand. But this effort would not have been possible without the courage and determination of one woman, the daughter of the old hero king. From this day, we shall know you as the hero of Brightwall. Before you leave, we ask of you one favor. As we pledge ourselves to you, so we hope you will pledge to return Brightwall to its former glory and reopen the academy which your father founded.
I will.
Very, very good, very good. I expected nothing less from you. These volunteers shall carry the supplies to the dweller camp. They may have them with our blessing. I hope you will return one day. Not just as our hero, but as our queen.
I have the best shop in Brightwall.
I usually restock every few weeks. Sell me your unwanted items. I want to buy them. We have a delivery. Always happy to... I hope I can make a profit on that. Thank you for your custom. Happy to be of service. We're low on... Come back if you have anything else to sell. That's a fine item. Great tattoo. Thank you for your custom. I give hard cash for your unwanted goods, on the spot.
You have done a wonderful thing for those poor people in the mountains. They will be overjoyed when you arrive with the aid that you required for them.
You have any questions? Just ask.
Please, you've got to help me. I'm so worried. It's my daughter, you see. I can't find her. The little scamp is always going off on her own, having adventures and whatnot. Always comes back after a while, though, but this time she's been missing for hours and hours. I'm frantic with worry. It's all her father's fault. He never stops talking about how there's gold to be found in the caves in Mist Peak Valley. I bet that's where she's gone. Please find her and bring her home, I beg you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please bring her back safe and sound as soon as you can.
Are you here to take me home? Hooray! Cool. You could really shoot someone's ear off with that. Yikes! Nasty monsters! Ah! Woohoo! Yeah! Hooray! Mummy said I shouldn't talk to strangers. Oh, I just did. We made it out of the cave. Brilliant. Help! What's that? Help! Yeah! Are you one of those adventurers? I spy with my little eye something beginning with S. More nasty things! Don't let them eat me! Oh, let's see what you can do then. Woohoo! Are we there yet? Are we there yet now? There's my mum! Mummy! Mummy!
My darling, my little darling, what a relief! I was beside myself. I can't thank you enough. I'm forever in your debt.
Our hero returns, bringing good tidings. And supper. Damn thing doesn't open. How do you... Oh, well, I never thought you'd actually get it, tell you the truth. Boulder. We've been blessed, my friends. We have made an alliance that has already brought us life. One day, it will bring us much more. We require but one more offering before we fight at your side. Boulder, promise to restore these mountains to their full glory and to protect our right to dwell in them, and promise you will bring nothing but the fiercest justice upon Logan's head.
I promise.
Then may we be carried into the castle by the dark storms of fury!
You'll have to wait a little longer for that. It's still just us against a whole army. We need to recruit more people.
I was afraid you'd come over all logical and sensible. Well, you have brought us a feast, and we are free to hunt again. We'll just keep on eating and drinking till you're good and ready. Right, Boulder? He couldn't be happier.
You have made an important ally today. The revolution cannot hope to succeed without fighters such as Sabine and his people on your side. You have the beginnings of an army now.
No!
Have a look around. I couldn't be prouder of what you've accomplished here. But there is still much for us to do. And I know just where to find our next allies. I'll meet you at the station in Mistpeak when you're ready. The revolution is just getting started.
Why are your clothes
Cedric the Just but Fair was a lover of the arts. He commissioned elaborate spectacles at his palace, often with himself as the main performer. He particularly enjoyed shadow puppetry. When not on stage, Cedric introduced several harsh and unorthodox legal reforms. During his reign, over 70 members of the aristocracy were executed. 3 for treason, 1 for conspiracy, and 68 for misidentifying the animal or thing he was depicting.
Oh, it's you! Thank goodness! You've got to help me! My gnomes! My beautiful gnomes! With their little hats! I have to get them back! I just have to, you understand? I have to! Oh, thank you. I knew I could count on you. All my darling gnomes have deserted me. Well, all but one, and he's right in the house. His name's Lionel. He always had a chip on his shoulder, that one. I tried patching it, but it didn't do any good. Please, try and talk some sense into him. And don't worry, you won't have any trouble finding him. You just need to follow his... his voice.
What are you staring at? Do you fancy little fellas with pointy hats? Ready yourself!
Why are you acting like this? What happened? I heard your gun, and Lionel suddenly appeared out here. Did you shoot him? However you did it, you have to find the others. Hunt them down, wherever they are. See if I can get them all back. I can work out a way to fix this.
Your mother!
You shut it! I told you never to mention her! Perhaps the company can help. I am going to write a letter to their customer relations department. A strongly worded letter.
Our best sale ever!
No finer goods in all of Brightwall.
Upon that wall, you'll find the contract. I placed the contract representing your promise to Sabine on the wall. There are new garments available. Ah, I see.
None knew from whence they came, nor to whence they would go upon completing their terrible orgy of bloodshed. All that was known was that they came, and Armageddon came with them. They killed everyone, and in unimaginably horrible ways. Ways that, even if they were imaginable, you wouldn't want. Their rampage left the village decimated. And for generations, the few survivors and their offspring could barely bring themselves to speak the name of that most terrifying of evils. Puffin.
You remind me of an old friend. He was a twit, just like you.
Oh, we've got more in the back, so just let me know if you want to see more.
Melee weapons of all sizes.
Need any help today? All right, cheers.
Feel free to browse.
The finest goods in Brightwall. Always a pleasure. What will it be? Thank you for your custom. Let me know if I can help. Come back anytime. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you for your custom. Come back anytime.
My goods are the
Hope
cheapest.
you enjoy it.
Really they are.
You never know when something will jump out and attack you in this place. I know this fellow in Brightwall, Brian,
Best goods
who's
in
convinced
Brightwall.
he can make his garden
My father
gnomes
always said I
talk.
should swing a sword, but oh dear.
What will it be? We've sold swords to all the greatest warriors. Doesn't look like you can afford that. You don't have enough gold, I'm afraid. What will it be?
A reliable way to gather a few followers is by simply interacting with people. Try it. I'm sure you'll make an impression.
All right, just what I wanted.
Come back whenever you want.
What?
Congratulations! Getting out among the people has paid off. Remember that interacting with the citizens of Albion is generally a reliable way to gain followers.
Right, thanks.
That could have gone better. That person now hates you, but no matter. Hate has its upside. A person who can't stand to be around you will sometimes offer gifts, some might say bribes, to leave them alone.
You!
What are you doing here? You better leave.
Our
This
potions
is a
are guaranteed to be 100% safe.
Take a hike.
I'm happy with my job. I fancy being out in the open air.
Mum always said I'd get thrown in the poorhouse. What she didn't know was I'd get thrown out. That's terrible. You're more beast than human.
Can I be of service? That's great. Thank you. Please come again.
I think I'll just
Bet
go
you
and
won't
hunt
find a better
myself in
deal than here in my shop.
What?
You struck terror in their heart. That means more gifts and bigger discounts. Someone who's afraid of you is likely to try anything in order to be spared your wrath.
100% safe.
Don't worry, just a...
Duggies. I love throwing them into the river in a...
When you're shooting things, just don't miss. It's as simple as that.
I'm a wandering trader. We're trying to get to Brightwall village.
Seems wealthy enough. Worth killing and robbing, anyway. Next time, hit her before she hits you.
Hey! You can't just go around killing people like that! Filthy hound!
Shoot someone else.
We could be best friends. If I like people with an ass for a face.
She's horrible.
I can never get over this place. 20 years ago, it was just a damp, murky void in the middle of nowhere. Now people queue up to get dangled across it in a steel box. And here it comes. Most of the people here will be heading straight to Bowerstone. But we're going to take a little detour first. I just told something wrong.
It's about to boom!
No! Come on! We have to get down there.
How could this have happened?
Those poor people. Those...
Somebody call for help!
This must be the way down. We have to find those people. See if there's any survivors. Let's go. Looks like the only way. All right. I can do this. Let's get down. I don't want to spend any more time in this box than I have to. It fell somewhere up ahead. Come on. I'd know those sounds anywhere. Maybe the monorail falling wasn't an accident after all. Hobbs. I knew it. Don't leave any of the little bastards alive. I know they look harmless, but they're bloodthirsty animals. Ooh, it's gone to Hob heaven.
Are your dog dead?
That's it. But there'll be more. That's something you can count on with Hobbs. There's always... those poor sods. They never stood a chance. I'm not getting into a monorail car for as long as I live, I can tell you that.
So where are we going?
To find some old friends. Let's just say that I wouldn't want to go into any battle without them on my side. Blow the ugly buggers away! Almost a shame to kill the little mites, isn't it? Excellent hit. No getting up from that. Gave me a heart attack. Oh, you'll pay for that, you swabs. making such a lovely target. That's it, don't show the buggers mercy. Oh, nice. Reminds me of the time you broke my sword. Give up yet? They've been waiting to pick us off from a distance. Surprisingly clever. Well, we can have a shootout here or give them a taste of their own smart medicine and flank them. It's up to you. Finish it off while it's down. Shooting them from a distance is a good idea. That way you don't get the smell. Righto. No point standing here collecting bullet holes. I've got a few I'm not using as it is. Well, look at that. They built themselves a little castle. Isn't that adorable? Keep up that shooting and we will rid of them in no time. Shot it right in its ugly mug. There's hop stakes everywhere. That'll teach the little bugger. Bloody brilliant, it's a goner. They're almost too easy to hit. Oh, good strike. Well, look at that. They built themselves a little castle. Isn't that pure? Don't let up! How did you do that? Good. Keep hacking away at them and we can get out of here. Not bad aiming for an old man, huh? Why, you little bastard, weren't expecting that, were you? Outfoxed, outfoxed. I could shoot them all day. You show them! I'm gonna get you for that. Keep hitting them and they'll start running. Maybe the rest of them will think twice about attacking us now. sod's blocking our way. You'll have to get behind it somehow. Cave like this, there has to be some other way of getting there. Think you're so smart, standing behind your fancy magic, don't you?
Yes, that's right, I'm talking to you.
Squishy, aren't they? That's a dead hob, all right. Take that, you dumb beast!
Whoa, how are you doing there?
More where that came from. Smart enough to use magic. Not smart enough to wear their pants the right way round. Try explaining that. Now this I wasn't expecting. There must have been a whole city down here once. You don't think the hobbs built it, do you? Not with those stubby fingers. There must be a way out through here anyway. Have you noticed how quiet it all is here? Almost like...
I want someone to kick in the crotch! Look, it's the lady hero. You're not going to drone on about equal pay for equal work, are you? You really got your father's looks.
Almost like that was going to happen. Oh look, we've even got an audience. Well, nobody traps me in that bloody cave. There's nothing more satisfying to hit than a hob. That was a big mistake. Impressed yet? Of course you are. monsieur. Think that was funny, did you? Hurt you too much, did it? Best to block the damn buggers. Get off me, you little fucker! Don't...
You have overcome an important test. A good leader must always be ready to face the unknown, and to seek new paths. Your defeat of the creatures in this cave will be told throughout the land.
Please return to the sanctuary, and I can pass along what I know.
I don't think you're going to find a way round this time. But I've got some magic of my own. Watch and learn. Boo! Oh. It worked.
Right, let's get out of here, shall we?